Let's see now. The first area of influence for you is the 7th house. This is the house of partners, partnerships of all kinds. So this is generally one-on-one relationships. It's a committed partnership like a marriage. This is not a love affair. This is a committed partnership, possibly long-term, something which has roots, or it could be another close personal relationship, or it can be a business partnership that you have at this time. So everything around that, all the aspects of that. Underlying that, we have Scorpio transform. So a lot of people are getting this at the moment. These energies are very, very strong for just about everybody. This is transformative energy that's coming in for you. It's going to come out in your 7th house in some form or another. And aspects of this is all usually about sex, death, and rebirth. Now, these are very large concepts, and most of them are symbolic. The sex, obviously, you can apply that to a situation. The death is normally, in most cases symbolic, and it can be an ego death, or it can be the death of a way of operating, or your attitude, or the way of that you have done things in the past, and then the rebirth of a newer way of doing things. But it can also be endings and beginnings. So therefore something falls away to make way for something new. It could be a new chapter in your life, or it could be a new chapter in this partnership, whether this is as I said, a committed marriage or some sort of love relationship or some other, or it could be a business partnership. So some sort of transformation is going down there. It can be a regeneration. It can be a renewal of some kind. There could be also issues to do with finance that may be evolving. Just be careful of things like tax and large investments and so on. There may be changes that you have to make now going forward, but it is a very transformative energy that comes in for you. There could be some undercurrents there. There could be a little bit of a power struggle, but a lot of this is to do with introspection. It's going inward to assess. It's like self-analysis to assess your part in this partnership and how you can take it forward. And the goddess guidance to go with that is Rhiannon. This is sorceress. You are a magical person who can manifest your clear intentions into reality. So this is a lovely card because it basically is saying to you that you can bring about, you've got choices to make. You can bring about whatever you want really in this situation. So because it's magical, because it's about manifestation and all those aspects, your positive thoughts, your positive words are going to influence the outcome. So make sure that they are positive, make sure that they are, your thoughts and your words are that way, and positive actions as well, because especially in a relationship, your actions count. People can use words, they can say a lot of things, but when it comes down to it, it's how you follow it up with your action that really is going to demonstrate to your partner that you mean business. So think about that. It is also about getting outdoors, spending time outside. All of us probably have been cooped up for too long. You may be in a place where you can at least do a walk. That is not our situation where we are. We cannot at the moment. So you've got to, at the first opportunity, get out into nature, get outdoors and go off on a walk or some kind of just spend time outdoors in nature to rejuvenate and refresh yourself and to bring you a new perspective on your situation. But this is really about bringing magic into your situation. How can you bring magic into this relationship? How can you rejuvenate it? Because you've got the Pluto card. If it is an existing relationship, how can you bring about a renewal? How can you, push yourself and your partner into a new direction? And how are you going to manifest that? Then here we have the 11th house. This is the house, it is the house of friendships, but it's also the house of your personal hopes, your dreams, and what you envision for yourself, and your hobbies and your interests. So all of that comes in on the 11th house. It is also the house of contacts and networks and group activities of all kinds. So this is sort of connected for your hopes and dreams and possibly your hobbies and interests as well, because you may be wanting to further those, to use a wider platform to get your product or your thoughts or your skills out there. And the 11th house is about a bigger platform, and it's almost like word of mouth and so on. It also covers so it's the networking and the contacts, but it also covers all group activities, whether this is online groups or it can be a club that you remember of, or an association or a society, something like that, or a group of companies. It can also be this card is very much about global consciousness as well. So what is going on in the world? And this is very much at the fore at the moment. Global consciousness, social reform, and everything to do with that. You may be now embarking on something which is close to your heart and, is a social issue or a global concern, whatever it may be. Any of these things could all be wrapped up into your hobbies and interests as well. Or you could be seeing this in a friendship, or you are perhaps going through changes to do with your friendships at this time. At the bottom here, we have lunar eclipse change. So changes are coming for you. They may be very abrupt. They're certainly going to push you out of your comfort zone. If you've been in a rut, well, you're going to get out of that very quickly now. So lunar eclipse will be abrupt. It's an upheaval. You may have actually had an inkling or been aware that there was something going on under the surface, or something sort of bubbling away quietly. But now the speed and force with which it bubbles over will take you by surprise. And that's where the unexpected comes in. So it's normally something that has been around, something that's been going on, but you just haven't got to it, or didn't ever really take shape. But you were kind of aware of there was something going on. You could be losing friendships at this time. When I say losing, you could be outgrowing friendships at this time. You could be needing to change your situation or to move forward into other group activities or other friendships, or you just got a new one coming in, or one is leaving. Usually an eclipse bounces something in or out. So this card is, as I said, it will be an upheaval. It can also be like a realization. Something suddenly comes to light, and you have a massive realization about something. It could be a new attitude that you have, or a perception about a situation or a person or a group or something, or your hobby or your interest. Something comes into your awareness, and it's about heightened awareness, but it will be quite a revelation in its own way. So there will be this period of upheaval where you kind of got to find your feet. But it's an inevitable change. It's a very necessary change. It's going to bring in growth for you. So you may just literally close one chapter and then overnight go into another one. And it could get a little bit messy, but it's all about your attitude and your approach to the changes, whatever come to you. So be open and know that things that are coming to you at this time in this house are purposeful. So it's about how you handle them, really is how long you're going to be in that upheaval stage. It could be over very quickly because of your attitude and the way you're handling it and being open to the change. How you handle it is all important. Usually with this card, it can take place over normally it can wrap up within 6 weeks, or it could take place over a 6-month period. There may be a feminine influence in there as well because it's lunar. There could be phases to it. There could be cycles to it. This, whatever is going on. It's also possibly that, with the phases and the cycles, you may lose something during this period, but it will come back to you later better. So, as I said, your attitude and your approach to these changes are going to really determine how the process unfolds for you. At the top here for Goddess guidance, we have Erikura, blossoming. You are just getting started, so have patience with yourself and the process, and do not give up. So this is about learning new things. This is about opening up. This is about going with these changes in your life and bringing these in for you. So this could be a hobby or interest or a dream or a manifestation that you're working on, or it could just be a change in circumstances. And what it's saying to you is have faith. Have faith in yourself. Have faith in the situation. Don't give up. Keep going work your way through the upheavals, whatever is happening, because you will bring what you need. You've got the card of manifestation for you as well. So, so just be aware of that. It could also be, for some of you, you may have an interest in gardening, or you may have an interest in flowers, or some sort of flower essences or something like that. Anything natural to do with the floral kingdom could be very important for you. Could even be Bach flower remedies or something like that. So all of these may be very helpful to you at this time, either helping you to handle situations, changes and things, or handling a friendship, somebody that may be going through this change. But the floral essences, there are a great many and they're very powerful. So there may be something in there which is going to assist you during this period, and you may develop an interest in it, or you may want to help others with it, or you can advise and help others, as you go along. Your experience does help others. So just have faith that you will get through the situation. Then here in the fourth house, we have roots. The fourth house is everything to do with your house, your actual physical house, your home, where you are currently residing. It's also about the people in your home and the atmosphere in your home. This fourth house also covers your relationship with your family, your sort of ancestry, your ethnic identity, your roots, your foundation, your family, current, going back, past life, whatever. It all comes in on the fourth house. So everything to do with house and home, your family and your house and home. So now, underneath that, we have Mercury retrograde reinvention. So what it is saying to you that at this time, there's some sort of something you want to do, or something you want to change, or something you want to implement. And it's coming up in this house. But what it's saying to you is, while this energy is going on, Mercury retrograde, it's best to hold off on launching anything really important at this time. So no big purchases, no big transactions, no big sort of moves or launching of anything. Just hold off for the moment. So whatever you had planned, whatever you were going to be doing, it's time to go back to the drawing board because there will be a period of introspection and going over the facts and going over what it is you were planning to do with a very fine tooth comb. And it's almost like a magnifying glass on that. And during that process, you will pick up that some things are not right. There may be mistakes. There may have been a miscalculation or some error. But it is also just about refining anything with a re in front of it, refining what it is that you were going to do. So there will be a period of that, and you'll know when it is time to launch this thing. The energies will shift, but during this period of looking at everything again, it's a period of revision, also reinvention, redoing. It could even be relocation. It could be anything with a re in front of it. Or repeat. It could be something you have to repeat, So look at it, everything to do with house and home and family, or your ancestry, or your foundation, your ethnic identity, everything to do with that. Something is requiring changes, but you've got to just put it in the mix again and go over it. This period can also bring about miscommunication of all kinds. So this can be emails not sent, something you say gets misinterpreted, or something, you write a letter, you misplace it, now you can't find the letter, or a document, or you'd send an email, it goes into your drafts box, never gets sent, or it disappears, or it gets deleted, it never gets received, whatever the situation may be. Miscommunication of all kinds. And this covers everything to do with any kind of communication. It can also cover vehicles as well. So just be aware of that. This period can also bring in people from your past. People that you haven't seen will suddenly appear or come back into your awareness, and it's purposeful as well. Usually it's to solidify something, or to clear up something, or to really engage with them fully, and you get a lot of growth from that. So just be aware of that at this time. The goddess guidance to go with that is Donna, High Priestess. You have divine knowledge that can help others through your spiritual teaching. So this is, spiritual teaching can be a great many things. It can be a physical thing. Maybe you're using your flower knowledge or your flower essence knowledge, or it could just be deep-seated wisdom that you are now going to be using in some way. It could be that you're going to transmit this to this person or these people that are coming back into your life, or it could be that you're going to transmit it to a family member, or a situation arising from that, or it could be that you're going to use these skills in your home environment. Perhaps you're wanting to build a part of your home so that you can hold workshops or some kind of training or seminars or something like that, or to have people into your home environment to create something. So, but whatever it is, you've got divine knowledge, you've got wisdom there, which is now needing expression in some form. So this is saying to you that, take steps now to harness that energy, to bring those skills up and actually polish them up. And it could just be that you need to transmit them at this time in some form to other people who are going to pick it up and know what to do with that information. Then the bottom of the goddess deck is White Tara. This is sensitivity. You are becoming increasingly sensitive. Avoid harsh relationships, environments, situations, and chemicals. So this is basically clean up your environment. Clean up your home. Home is coming up. And lighten the energies in your home. So go for earth-friendly products. Recycle, reuse, upcycle, whatever is appropriate for you. If you have troublesome relationships at home, take steps to give yourself time and space to be on your own, so that you can realign yourself, because you're going to be extraordinarily sensitive. This is all a part of the ascension process. It's all a part of being sensitive. And you want to be manifesting your very best life at this time. And you can't do that if you're bogging yourself down with an unhealthful diet, or a home full of chemicals, or just really outdated concepts about living on our earth. All of us have to do our bit to lighten our load, to live lightly on the planet, to live lightly in nature, and to do what we can to help. So nature is having a massive reset at the moment. We're going through a lovely calm period right now, so that she can breathe, she can reset. So do what you can to help, but when you do that, you also do it for yourself. Always remember what we do to ourselves. We also, impact others, and how we treat the earth and live on the earth impacts us, because we live on the earth. So, it's a cycle. So do everything you can to improve yourself, what you eat, where you go, your interactions, and how you live on the earth, so that you can help yourself in the long run. And that also sets an example for others. Then here, the bottom of the astrological deck, we have Uranus Genius. A beautiful card. Again, upheaval is brought in with this, but it can be something like a liberation from something that held you back before. It can also be a sudden realization or the most brilliant idea. So it's almost like a genius that you're harnessing. It could be literally your mind gets opened, your mind gets blown about something, and suddenly you see certain things. You understand things so much better, or you're understanding something crystal clear. But it's that initial lightning strike which opens you up. It can be a circumstance or a situation or something that occurs which is like a bolt of lightning. As I said, it could be a download or something that you're now understanding. It could be a change, a relocation, but it's going to happen quick. Uranus is quick. And it's life-changing, usually. But it's always to move you forward into a more powerful place or a more powerful position than you were before. But it's that transition process which can be a bit uncomfortable because you're just not sure what's going on around you at the moment. But it's also about harnessing all your skills, all your talents, and things may have been latent. So this will activate certain things as well. It can also be the advent of advanced technology. So you could be using really basic, simple technology right now, and this will bring about changes in some way. You could just get an upgrade on your phone, or you'd be using more platforms for what it is that you want to do. You could be learning more about Instagram or something. It usually is an advancement of what you have been using. For some people, it will be hugely advanced. Some of it's going into, really futuristic tech. You could also be mixing with people who are quite Uranian. So they could be quite exotic or foreign or just very different from you. They could have a different sexual orientation from you. But it's your interactions with them, you're going to learn a lot. These people could be cutting edge. Their ideas could be very futuristic. Or you could be moving that into that line in some way. Or you could just be exposed to these concepts and experience what it is to be moving forward into the future, whether it's natural technologies or whatever it is. So just be aware that may be coming in for you at this time.